So I have the Pioneer DDJ-ERGO-V here today to give you an overview of. The full text of this review is at digitaldjtips.com/DDJ-ERGO-V. Okay, it's the latest Pioneer model, which comes in at a lower price than the DDJ-T1, which is for tractor, and the DDJ-S1, which is for Serato itch. However, it's still not a cheap controller, coming in at around $600, and it's also a big controller, as you can see. It has the big feet at the back, which means that you can tuck your laptop in, as I've done here, to give you this kind of work layout that Pioneer has been favouring with all its DJ controllers. Although the feet do come off, so you can lay it flat if you want. It's got a kind of old style MacBook plastic white casing and a black top. The knobs and controls and dials are all the kind of quality of Pioneer consumer DJ gear. I'm especially thinking the lower end Pioneer CDJs. So these are big and noisy jogs, but they're very good if you have got used to using Pioneer stuff. They are actually very nice jogs to use, very unlike most DJ controllers apart from the other Pioneer models. As I say, it's oversized, so everything's in front of you in a way that allows you to DJ having a lot of fun. You're not trying to use something that's all squashed in a tiny. I mean, this controller here, for instance, is the opposite, the Novation Twitch, which, although it's again nicely laid out, everything's squashed in. You can kind of fit two Twitches almost into one of the Pioneers. So there's, again, a decision that you're going to make yourself. Do you want something that's small and compact, or do you want something that's laid out in this way, which is obviously harder to move around, but once you're DJing, you can kind of get your shoulders back and DJ in a way that feels a little bit more natural, if that's what you're used to. It isn't actually very heavy, it's quite plasticky, and so moving it around is not going to be too difficult compared to, say, something like the Newmark NS6, which is a very heavy and big controller. Okay, the features on it are reasonably standard. The software that comes with it is nicely skinned, it looks good. I always think Virtual DJ LE is great starter software, and I think it suits a controller like this. It has basic versions of most of the functions that other software takes a bit further. For instance, there's a sampler on here, and it's perfectly good. There's volume controls that you can adjust, and the samples can loop in time with the beat, or just be one-off samples. There's 4 available here. In the software there are 12, but you can use 4 from here. The hot cues, again, there are 4, and they're easy to use. The looping is good, it's intuitive, it works well with the software, and the video function, which is controlled at the top of each of these decks here, is a bit of a teaser really, because you can't get the video out of Virtual DJ LE onto any meaningful screens. So although you can use video within this, you'd need to upgrade the software to do that. The mixer, very simple, 2-channel mixer, and the browsing at the top is to browse through your files. One nice feature is that you can knock everything out, a bit like you can do in Tractor, and so you can have a full screen for your files and then click it back again, which is just as well, because on this particular incarnation of Virtual DJ, the skin takes a lot of room to show you your 2 decks, and so there's not much room left at the bottom for your files. The thing I think that's going to make people love or hate this controller are the lights around the jog wheel. First jog wheel mode has the red light going around clockwise to show you that the track is playing. Second jog wheel mode is accessed by pressing shift and the pulse button, and that uses these solid LEDs to show you how closely beat matched 2 tunes are that you're playing. Now, this is something that you can work out just as easily by looking at the waveform on the screen, and I think that's a little bit gimmicky. Third jog wheel mode is this one here, where it just lights up in blue to show you when you've got the top section pressed down for scratching. So it's going to be a personal thing whether you like or dislike the jogs and the way that they flash with those lights. Of course, you can always just switch on the first mode I showed you and forget about the rest. You don't have to have them going in your face all the time. Let's have a little look around the back. There's very little really compared to a lot of controllers. The on-off and USB is here, but there's no way of plugging external power in. And down here, there's an auxiliary in and the mic in. These are the ones I was telling you about. A separate little gain control for each there, and there's a switch to switch between them. And at this end, there is a output for master and an output with 2 TRSs as well. However, there's no separate booth monitor there, so they're both master outputs. So overall, it's not the cheapest controller for an entry-level controller. It's well integrated with the software, although the software doesn't do a massive amount compared to some full-strength software. I think the biggest problem with this is the fact that for the price, you can get other controllers that do have full-strength software with them that allow you to do a lot more than this controller allows you to do. But its strengths, really nice jog wheels, really well laid out. Weaknesses, the plasticky feel to it and the flashing lights might not be to everyone's taste. And as I say, for an entry-level controller, it's overpriced. So there you have it, the Pioneer DDJ-ERGO-V, shortly to come with Serato intro software, as well as the way it's currently provided, which is with virtual DJ LE. And there's also a tractor mapping available, I noticed, on the Pioneer website. You can see the full review at digitaldjtips.com/ddj-ergo-v. Thanks for watching.